Do you ever feel like your brain just won't shut up? Like you replay conversations, rethink decisions, and analyze every little thing over and over again? You're not alone. Overthinking is one of the most common mental traps in the modern world. But here's the scary part. The more you do it, the more it rewires your brain to never stop. It becomes your default mode. And before you know it, you're not living. You're just thinking about life instead of living it. There's a myth we've been sold that thinking more always means making better choices. That the smarter you are, the more you'll weigh every option, plan every detail, and predict every outcome. But in truth, overthinking doesn't make you smarter. It makes you stuck. It turns confidence into doubt, clarity into confusion, and small problems into massive storms. You don't need more thoughts. You need better ones. Let's say you have a simple decision to make. Maybe you're choosing whether to take a new job. Most people think the best way is to write pros and cons, ask 10 friends, read forums, and research until they're exhausted. But what happens? You get 10 different opinions, read 20 conflicting articles, and end up exactly where you started. Except now you're more anxious than ever. This is what overthinking does. It tricks you into believing you're being productive, when really you're just looping. It's mental spinning. And here's the hidden danger. While your mind is busy analyzing every path, life keeps moving. Opportunities pass, people move on, and you're left behind, still debating with yourself. But where does overthinking even come from? At its core, it's fear. Fear of making the wrong decision. Fear of what others will think. Fear of regret. So your brain tries to protect you by scanning every possibility. It's like a safety mechanism that's stuck in overdrive, but protection isn't the same as progress. Ironically, the smartest people are often the worst overthinkers. Why? Because they're great at imagining every outcome. They can see all the risks, all the what-ifs, all the ways things could go wrong. But here's the truth. Imagining every bad outcome won't stop it from happening. It only stops you from moving forward. You might think overthinking is a personality trait, that it's just who you are, but that's not true. It's a habit, and like any habit, it can be unlearned. You trained your brain to overanalyze everything. Now it's time to train it to let go. So, how do you break free? The first step is awareness. Most overthinking happens without you even realizing it. You might just say, "I'm being careful," or "I just want to be sure," but behind that is fear. Start noticing when your thoughts loop. Pay attention to those moments when you're going in circles. Awareness is the beginning of control. Next, set time limits on your decisions. Give yourself 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever fits. But once the timer's up, make the best choice you can with the info you have. Done. No revisiting, no second guessing. Decision made, move forward. It's not about being reckless, it's about trusting yourself. And yes, you'll make mistakes, everyone does, but guess what? You'll survive, and you'll learn. It's better to learn from action than to rot in inaction. Another powerful strategy is journaling. When your mind is spiraling, put it on paper. Literally write down every thought that's racing through your head. Seeing your thoughts written out makes them feel smaller. You start to realize how repetitive and unnecessary most of them are. What felt like a storm now feels like scattered clouds. Also, practice taking imperfect action. Do things without planning every detail. Post that video even if it's not perfect. Send the message. Start the project. You'll be shocked how much better life feels when you stop aiming for perfect and just start moving. And remember this, clarity comes from action, not more thinking. You don't figure out the path by staring at the map, you figure it out by walking, one step, then another. That's how you learn. That's how confidence is built, not by having all the answers, but by daring to move forward without them. There's something else you need to understand. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think. A lot of overthinking comes from worrying how we'll be judged. But the truth is, everyone's too busy thinking about themselves. You're not on trial. You're not under a microscope, so stop living like you are. And stop trying to control everything, because here's a fact that can set you free. You will never have full control. Not over outcomes, not over people, not even over yourself sometimes. And that's okay. Let life surprise you. Leave room for magic, because some of the best things that happen are the ones you didn't plan. One more thing. Talk to yourself like someone you love. Overthinking is often tied to low self-trust. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll probably mess this up," or "I'm not ready," then your brain believes it. But what if you said, "I'll figure it out," or "I've handled worse before"? That tiny shift can break the cycle. Because confidence isn't about knowing you'll succeed, it's about knowing you'll be okay no matter what. If your brain feels like a browser with 50 tabs open, you're not alone, but you don't have to keep living that way. Overthinking steals your time, your energy, and your joy. It convinces you that waiting is safer than trying, but in the end, nothing changes unless you do. So the next time you catch yourself spiraling in thought, pause, breathe, and ask yourself one powerful question. What would I do right now if I trusted myself? Then go do it. You don't need more time to think. You need more courage to act. You're not broken, you're not weak. You've just been stuck in a habit that no longer serves you. But habits can change. And today can be the first step toward a quieter mind and a better life. And if this message hit home for you, you're not alone. Leave a comment, share your story, and if you're ready to break free from the cycle of overthinking, make sure to subscribe for more real talk like this.